Hey, hey, hey. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Open Door Hypnosis TV. I am Shara, Prophet, the Mind. I don't know what happened. Anyway, it just went out. The something happened. The disconnection happened. But anyways, welcome back to Open Door Hypnosis TV. I am Shara Prophet, the Mind Magic Coach. Happy Saturday to you all. Today we're going to talk about how playing small is something that you need to stop doing right now. So, what is playing small? Playing small is not fully living your potential, being afraid to speak out, being afraid to shine, putting yourself in the background because you feel like you don't deserve the spotlight, or feeling like you shine too brightly and it makes other people uncomfortable. So you continue to dull or dim your shine and you don't fully step out into the light the way you know you should, and you don't take up enough space. Okay, you make yourself very, very small so that people can't see you, so that you are not drawing attention to yourself, and you tread very lightly. You walk on eggshells. You do your very best to not offend people. You play underneath the radar. Okay, you kind of skate in between, that safety, skate in the safety zone so as not to go up too high, all right, to where you're detected. You just kind of play it safe and you lay low. That's playing small. If you at any given time ever feel like, well, I don't want to make them feel bad by saying this, or I don't want to seem like I'm being aggressive or seem like I'm a know it all, if those thoughts ever come into your mind, then there's a possibility that you are suffering from what we call playing too small. Those are also self sabotaging behaviors. And I'm going to do a free webinar class on self sabotage because it happens in the subtlest of ways, and most people don't even realize that they have self-sabotaging tendencies or behaviors. Okay, and I'm going to really break down what self-sabotage is, the different behaviors. There's a questionnaire that you can answer to help you understand if you do have those tendencies. Okay, but playing small is a self-sabotaging behavior, and the reason for that is because it keeps you from reaching your full potential. It makes you hold back all of the desires that you might have to acquire more things in the world. It makes you hold back the desire to speak very boldly about what you might really want. Okay, so playing small keeps you in this space of safety. You think you're protecting yourself by playing small, but really what you're doing is causing greater harm. So how are we causing greater harm to ourselves when we play small? This is how illnesses are formed. This is how depression is formed, how anxiety is formed in the body. Okay, all of these, because you're suppressing the innate desire to shine, to be big, to expand, to know more, to grow more, and to learn more. Okay, you're suppressing that, and when you're suppressing that, that is the nature of your spirit. That is your soul's calling, your oversoul's calling. It's for you to grow and expand, right? For you to deepen the connection between the physical and the spiritual. That is what the soul is the bridge that connects that. Okay, it connects that spirit and physical. So when the soul is calling you to do more, but your subconscious programming is keeping you low and keeping you suppressed and keeping you from obeying the call, okay, or answering the call, what happens is inner conflict starts to take place. And that inner conflict starts on a mental level, okay? And then it starts attacking the body because that mental conflict creates chemical reactions in the body, okay? So that's stress responses, okay? It's anxiety responses. It creates this chemical reaction in the body, and that chemical reaction then creates things like depression. It creates chemical imbalances. That's what depression is. It's a chemical imbalance, okay? It creates cancer. It creates many illnesses and diseases that show up in the body as a message to the person that's carrying that body. Okay, the body is trying to let you know there's something out of balance. There's something that's not right in here. Okay, and so you can take medication. That's why a lot of times when people take medicine and all they're doing is just medicating and they're not doing anything on the back end to support the full healing. Okay, so when you're taking medication for an illness or a disease, for example, you also need to incorporate some other forms of therapeutic healing, okay, on a mental level and also on a spiritual level, okay, because the body does not operate separately from the mind. The mind does not operate separately from the body, and the spirit doesn't operate separately from the mind or the body. It's all cohesive, okay? That is the goal of this lifetime while we're down here, is to unite those three entities and have them operate as one. That is why we're here. We're here to remember how to do that, okay? And the way that you start to crack that code and you start to live fully in your purpose is when you first have the balls to announce what that is. Because most people do know on a very cellular soul level what their calling is, but they do so much suppressing and pushing it aside and resisting it, okay? I'm going to do another video on resistance as well, because resistance is very interesting when you understand it and you're able to play with it and use that energy for your benefit, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that in another video. However, most people know what their purpose is already. They've already received the call, or they have an inkling. They know, but they do so much suppressing and pushing it to the side. But that was what I used to want to do when I was a kid, or I wanted to do that before I had children, or before I got married, and before I became a doctor, I wanted to do X, Y, Z. Some people are already hugely successful, and they're so successful that they don't feel like they can drop what they've created already to go and start a new creation. So if you're familiar with the tarot deck, you've seen the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups card is all about building something and being able to walk away from it because it's completed. Okay? Now, whether that is a relationship, whether that's raising a child, growing a business, overcoming some sort of huge life event, okay? When we build something, when we have completed an obstacle, when we've overcome an obstacle or we've completed a level, so to speak, okay? If you play video games, once you complete the level, you go on to the next world, to the next level, right? You don't go back and keep playing that same level over and over again, all right? Unless you fail and you didn't pass it, you have to keep playing until you master it, right? But once it's mastered, you need to move on to the next level. So a lot of us will master something. Something will be completed. It'll be over with. It has been a definitive ending, but we continue to stay and we play in that space because we're comfortable. Everybody knows me here. This feels good. Nobody's gonna see me. The chances of me failing are very, very slim because I know everything that there is to know. This is a known association. The subconscious mind loves known associations because it's safe. It understands that. It finds pleasure in the knowns and it finds pain in the unknown, okay? So most of us are afraid to let go of the things that, most of us are afraid to let go of the stuff that we know about okay, and move into that realm of the unknown because we don't know what lies on the other side of it. What happens if I fail? Are people going to talk bad about me? Are people going to say, I told you not to do that because I told you it wasn't going to work? That was too far left field and out in the stratosphere for you to try to do that. I knew you were going to fail. What happens if I succeed? Are people going to be jealous of me? Are my friends going to look at me and think that I'm better than them? Is my family going to hate me? Are people going to come out of the woodwork now asking for money? Okay. Am I going to have my free time? Am I going to be able to still take a nap when I want to take a nap? If I'm successful at this, how much hard work am I going to have to put into this? Okay. So these are the types of self-sabotaging thoughts that enter into the mind when we think about pursuing something that we've never pursued before, okay? It doesn't always have to be career. It can be starting a family. It could be going on a fitness journey to change your body completely, to change your lifestyle completely, okay? It could be starting to save money or change your relationship with money and change your the way you save and the way you spend money. All right, it can be many different things that you have decided that you've decided to step into. All right, whatever that purpose is for you at that time. All right, so when we stay small, we don't have to worry about the unknown, right? We don't have to worry about those fears, the fear of success, the fear of failure. And some people have both the fear of success and the fear of failure, all right? But when you stay small, you don't have to ever experience any of the byproducts of success or failure. But also, when you stay small, it might feel safer and it may feel like a better place for you to be in. But you can rest assured that you are going to feel that on the back end. You're going to feel it in your body. You're going to feel a perpetual sense of discontent in your life. You're going to never feel satisfied. It's always going to be something that feels like it's lacking or missing. Okay? There's going to be that inner conflict happening. It can also create fatigue. A lot of people are very, very tired all the time. And mainly it's because they're not living their life purpose. When you live your life purpose, you can be tired but still be energized. Let me tell you. Okay? When you live your life purpose, it doesn't matter how exhausted you are. The exhaustion is a satisfying exhaustion. You lay in the bed at night like, oh, I'm so tired, but oh my God, today was so fulfilling and fruitful and beautiful and productive and abundant, and I got to do what I love to do today. Okay, something happens when you're living your life's purpose. Something happens inside of you. It doesn't matter how tired you are. You are able to take some deep cleansing breaths, and you're able to boost your energy just like that because you're living in your purpose. And everything, your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul, everything is working together to make sure that it's receiving the satisfaction of living in your purpose and doing what it is that you've been called here to do. And a lot of you, even though you try to play small and you try to stay in the background, a lot of you all can't help but shine. A lot of you all are working 9-to-5 jobs, but you are employee of the month every single month, right? You're the go-to person in the office, okay? People are looking to you and trying to find you to answer questions and stuff like that. You're shining, even though you're trying to hide behind a cubicle, okay? Some of y'all are background singers and out singing the lead singer. You ain't trying to do it, but it's just happening naturally because that light is so bright that it can't help but shine. Okay? Some of you are promoting other people and pushing their projects and pushing their services and pushing their albums and pushing their talents. But you got people looking at you like, why are you not doing this? Why are you not trying to be in front of the camera? And I'm speaking from experience, Okay, when I say y'all, I'm talking about me. Okay, so, all right. So, no matter how hard you try to suppress it and squash that light down and keep yourself small, you will always be put in situations. It doesn't matter if you live in a small town with 300 people in it. You are going to be the person that everybody comes to. You're going to be the go-to, the point person. You're going to be the one that organizes stuff. You're just going to find yourself in situations where you're shining, even though you don't want to. Okay? And that's okay. And that's okay to play at that level. That's totally fine. But these are indicators that you have something big, like if you wanted to increase, if you wanted to be bigger, bolder, and brighter, then you can. You could do it. You could do it. So if you find that you're that type of person, that no matter what situation you're in, people just walking up to you, you don't even know them. They're just walking up to you and they want to have a conversation with you. They want to know about you. That's because you have an inner light that is emanating. Okay? The moment you walk into a room, people are just looking like, who's that? I want to know who that is. I need to go talk to them. I don't know why. I just need to talk to them. You don't have to open your mouth. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be the center of attention. People just want to know who you are. When you are experiencing those types of situations, even if you are working in an office and you're the go-to person, when that is happening to you everywhere you go, in every career you've ever had, in every situation you've ever been in, you find that you at a party and next thing you know, you got 3 or 4 people sitting around listening to you talk. Okay? So these are things that give you the indicators that there is something in you that is trying to come out, all right? And whatever you choose to do with that energy is up to you. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be a pop star and everybody needs to be on TV and out in the limelight. Some people's journey is to be in the background, holding the space because they're great at that. They're big at that. They have the star power and they have the light that can shine and emanate that project or that person that they're pushing, and they have that, and that's their purpose. Their purpose is to see a project from its conception all the way through the birthing process. Okay, that's what they do. Okay, and that's the way that they shine. All right, but if you are that person and you're doing the background work, right? If you're doing the background work and you're like, this is great, this is awesome, I love this. However, there's still some moments of what I like to call clarity of this is great, but I wonder what it would be like to be out front. If you ever have those moments, even if you push them away and you push them down and you suppress it, if you ever have those moments, then you know that you're playing small. If you ever have that thought come up and then you're afraid to pursue it, then you're playing small. All right? If you are authentically happy in your life the way it is right now, you're content, you're happy, you're like, you know what, I love it. The way my life is, it's perfect. Everything that I could ever imagine having in my life, I have right now, and I am very, very happy with it. I am content. When you are in that space, that's great. That's great. That's awesome. Okay? However, if you are like, I'm happy and I love my life and my life is great the way it is, but I wish I could do this or I wish I had done that, then you need to look at where in my life am I playing too small? Okay? How am I not pushing myself Am I too comfortable? Am I too content? Am I too complacent? All right? Because that complacency, even though on a conscious level, it's like I'm happy, I'm good, life is good, got money, family, got everything I want, all is well, everything is good. But, that but, this, and this would be nice. Why don't you have this, and this? Why don't you have that but? Okay? That is the indicator that there's more to be done. There's more to be revealed. There's more that wants to emerge. There's more that wants to come out of you. All right? And then you need to get honest with yourself about what you really want. What do you really, really, really want? And don't be afraid to say out loud what it is that you want. Because some of us are afraid to say what we want out loud for fear of offending someone else, or for fear of somebody telling us that's not possible. So some of us are afraid to do that. But these are ways that you can start checking in with yourself to make sure that you're truly happy. Okay? Because a lot of times we will lie to ourselves and say that we're happy, but we're really not. You're really not happy. You're saying that you're happy, but when the but comes, when you can say I am happy and things are getting better all the time, then you know that you're in that space, you're in that flow. But when you're saying I am happy, but what? But things could be better. How could they be better? I could be making more money. I could be, working, doing the career that I really want to be doing. I could be living in the woods and, hiking every day and fishing every day. Then you need to look at how can I move into a space where that is happening, okay? Where that is the way my life is. So look at yourself and figure out, where am I playing small in my life? Even if things are on target and you got everything that you could have ever dreamed of, where am I playing small in my life? Because if you're still here, that means there's still more living to do. That means there's still more things that need to come through you in this lifetime as you in that body, okay? So you're still here. Now, once you have reached perfection, once you have truly lived your full purpose, you don't need to be in this body anymore. It's time for you to ascend. It's time for you to go on to the next level, right? Because you've mastered this world. It's time for you to go master the next world, or the next experience in this world, in a whole nother body, in a whole nother personality. Okay? But if you're still in this body, then that means that even though you might have reached the pinnacle of your success, you need to look at what else is happening here. How am I playing small? Okay? And what inspired me to do this today, to talk about this today, is because I was talking to one of my girlfriends on the phone earlier, and we were just talking about, the ways in which we're moving forward on certain things, and how we're moving out of that small space, moving out of that place of playing small and being afraid to get out there and really shine and really put ourselves out there. Okay, we were talking about how we're moving through that and being like, F it, I gotta do this, okay? And then she said that she remembered listening to an interview with Luther Vandross before he passed on. I think it was either before he passed, obviously it had to happen before he passed, right? Because he did the interview with him. He did this interview, and basically in the interview, he was just saying that he wasn't happy. After all the success this man has had as a singer, he wasn't happy. And it's sad when you look at people who are highly successful and they are not happy. They're not enjoying their lives. And it's because, like I said before, you have people who are very, very successful, but they're so attached to their success. They're so attached to how the world sees them. They're afraid to drop it all or to move out of that space and move into the next phase, okay? So we have started seeing more of this now with more celebrities nowadays, right? So more celebrities are saying, okay, I did the acting or I did the singing thing, and now I want to do acting if I'm a singer, or I want to do singing if I'm an actor, right? And then they say, okay, I've done that, now I want to direct and produce. Okay, I've done that, so now I want to start investing in some other businesses. I want to start a clothing line. I want to start a makeup line. I want to start a shoe line. I want to invest in these businesses. I want to, come out with my own liquor line and things like that. So you see these celebrities are starting to do that more and more and more now, all right? Coming up with their own colors and all types of stuff like that. That's just because the creative energy cannot stop creating, okay? The universe is ever expanding and ever changing. That energy is also within us, okay? So that means we're constantly expanding, we're constantly creating, we're constantly becoming more. And when we squelch that energy, when we suppress that energy, we're not happy. We become depressed, okay? Suppression causes depression, okay? So we must express ourselves, all right? We must express. We have to send it out into the world. We have to extract the creative energy, all right? You have to pull it out and express it to everyone for the world to see. It's not yours to keep. You must share it with the world. You got to share it with the world. So when you're playing small and you sing for yourself at home, but you have a fantastic, phenomenal voice that people want to hear and need to hear, and you just keeping it to yourself. I don't care if you go sing at your local choir, at your local church, whatever. You need to be expressing yourself. You need to get it out there. You don't have to be the next uh, Tony Braxton or Beyonce, but you do need to get it out. You got to get it out, because if you do not express it, you're suppressing it. And when you suppress, you depress. You become depressed. Okay? So it is very, very important for us to be in alignment with ourselves. It's very important for us to be authentic about our true desires. All right? Our truest desires. We need to be authentic about that, about what we really, really want in life, who we really are. You need to really understand who you are, why you're here, what you're supposed to be doing here, and not just what your parents taught you to do or told you need to be doing, but honestly, truly, what is my purpose right now? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? And I feel like more and more people are moving in that direction, especially in the time that we're living in. We're in that Aquarian age and the age of Lucifer right now. So we are experiencing more of that calling, the soul calling us to become more and do more, because we're in the information age, we're in the communication age. We're dealing with the higher mind, the higher consciousness right now. So things are starting to come through at a very faster pace. Information is coming very, very fast. I mean, you can look at the internet, you can get access to almost anything within seconds of you typing in a Google search or looking for something on YouTube. You can learn how to build a house on YouTube. Come on, man. I mean, like, really. So we're living in this age now where information is coming in at lightning speed, and this means that if you are feeling even more discomfort or inner conflict with yourself, that means that that call or that pull is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and it has a lot to do with the energy of the cosmos and what's happening out in the cosmic atmosphere, and also what's happening here on the planet. More and more people are being pulled and called And if you're not answering the call, or you don't know how to answer it, or you don't know how to move forward on it, it causes some anxiety. It causes discomfort and conflict within. So that is all. So stop living small. Ask yourself those questions. Okay, am I happy? Truly, am I happy? Do I really have everything that I want right now? You know, and if I don't, what's holding me back from getting that? Okay. So let's see. Somebody had a comment. Oh, thank you, Bob Ross. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So that's it for now. I gotta go because I have a client coming up soon. But I just wanted to hop on here because I think it had been a while since I did a video. So I wanted to get on one and just, share that information with you guys. Hopefully, you guys find that very helpful. And as always, if you want to contact me for one-on-one counseling, one-on-one coaching, not counseling, but one-on-one coaching, you can reach me at my website, www.opendoorhypnosis.com. All of the links and stuff are in the description box below. You can set up a phone consultation with me and we can discuss the ways in which you want to move forward in your how to reach your goals or overcome a certain obstacle or challenge in your life. Also, for people who are discovering that they have a lot of self-sabotaging behaviors and belief systems, I would highly recommend that you take a look at the Be Magic program because it's all about breaking through subconscious beliefs and unconscious programs running and self-sabotaging behaviors and habits that keep you from your greatest yet to be. And then I also teach you many techniques of how to build your mental agility to quickly shift your perspective. And I give you tools and things that you can use forever and ever and ever and ever. And we also anchor everything in ritual at the end of each week. We anchor everything in ritual to really create the symbolism and the imagery that the subconscious mind needs in order to accept this new pattern that you're forming. Okay, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and take a look at the Be Magic program. Definitely set up a consultation with me if you're interested in doing that program, but go ahead and check it out. It's there's a link for it down in the description box. If you sign up for my newsletter, you get $500 off of the total cost of the program. Like I said before, I'm going to be doing a webinar very soon on self-sabotage, and it will be breaking down all of those behaviors and little subtle things, that thought forms and things like that that pop up for us and we're not even aware that it's holding us back in some kind of way. Okay, so the way to become successful is to understand, one, how your mind works, two, study yourself and your body, and three, understand how to overcome the challenges that will crop up or pop up when you're trying to make changes in your life. You have to understand how to do that. And there are a lot of books out there that you can read. And I'm not a Christian and I am not a Bible thumper, but I highly recommend to read the Bible. And there are some people on YouTube that will do an excellent job of interpreting the Bible's true meanings as it relates to your mind and your body and how to utilize your temple as a way to manipulate energy, move energy, and how to manifest at a very fast pace. Okay, so if you understand that your body is a machine that utilizes energy and frequency to create things and bring them out of the ethers into material, okay, into a physical form, when you understand the science and the mechanics behind that, the Bible breaks that down for you. People mistake it as a religious text. It is an ancient text that outlines the mechanics of our bodies, the chemicals and the substance that our bodies are made up of. It also tells you how to utilize energy. Okay, it tells you how to do all of these things. It tells you how to focus. It tells you how to manifest what you need on this earthly plane. It was written for human beings to be able to tap into their own inner power. But if you read it through the eyes of, religion, if you read it through the eyes of, oh, this is some Christian mumbo jumbo, if you do that, then you will definitely miss the entire purpose of what you need to get out of it. So utilize it as a tool for yourself. If you don't feel like reading the Bible, like I said, there are plenty of interpretations of it out here. There is Bill Donahue is one that does an excellent interpretation of the Bible, as it is used, as I like to call, a medical journal and a metaphysical manual. That's what I like to call the Bible. Also, there is another woman that I watch. I'm gonna put the link to her video down below because she does a great interpretation. Also, Dr. Reverend Phil Valentine does a great interpretation. If you can go back and listen to some of his lectures from back in the day, Bill Donahue's lectures are from back in the day. So these are very powerful interpretations that might resonate if you're not super religious and you're more of a metaphysical person, or you're more into science. Okay, so I would highly, highly recommend that book. Okay, it's time to. That's another way people play small. They are inflexible in their thinking. They're very, very. This is it. This is one way to be, and everything else is wrong. If you are a New Age person and you poo-poo on all religions, then you're playing small because you're not expanding yourself enough to say, I'm going to read these texts and I'm going to read it through a different set of eyes, and I'm going to get what I need to get out of this, and I'm going to use it to my benefit. That's what a scientist does. That's what a magician does. That's what a light bringer does. Okay? So bring the light, be smart, educate yourself, study your body, study the anatomy, study the brain, and study the blood. Okay, study the brain and the blood. I am right now doing some extensive research on the blood and the brain. So I will probably be doing some videos on that as it relates to manipulation of energy and light and frequency and the sun and all that type of stuff. But I highly, highly, highly recommend that if you want to get started on this path, or you're on this path already and you want to enhance it and increase your knowledge, you want to increase your wisdom and your power, study the brain and the blood, okay? And then study the Bible. If you can do it all together, that's great, okay? There's power in the blood, okay? Lots and lots and lots of power in the blood. There is lots of power in your brain, okay? Understand that, and understand the brain and the mind they're not the same. The mind is a separate entity from the brain. The brain is an organ that has functions. The mind is the way in which we are able to interpret information coming in to the body, okay? And the mind is also the magic that we use to create the world around us, okay? So the mind, you can't touch it, you can't see it. The brain is tangible and it's a physical thing, okay? That's it for today. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and get on my newsletter. I usually send out a newsletter like once a month, and it's usually very short, and it usually we'll have some videos in it from YouTube or from like my Facebook group. Go ahead and get in the Facebook group. It's Hypnosis is Key. There is a link for that down below as well. Excuse me, as well. And check out my website and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in. I've got to go because my client should be coming, okay, in about 20 minutes. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, do your work and remember that you and only you are the key to the new you. Can't nobody else do it, baby, but you. So do it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.